who is starring as the MC in Cabaret, the brilliant revival on Broadway. This role is so demanding in every way, and your character really has dare I say, a metamorphosis of some kind on stage before our very eyes. Tell me about it. Tell me about being back on Broadway. I know you did this character in London, so do you find new facets of the character with every show? I
mean, the amazing thing about the MC in Cabaret, and the reason why so many actors are drawn to it, is because it's almost an abstract character. He exists in a void in some ways. And so often when you're on stage, the other character in the scene with you is the audience. And at the Kit Kat Club, where we're doing it here in New York, the theatre's in the round. So you enter the theatre through these sort of cavernous sort of tunnels and get taken past bars and past singers and musicians and dancers, with the idea being that all your memory of 52nd Street and New York life has been left behind there, and you're really transported into the world of Weimar, Germany. But for me, I get to play with beautifully generous American audiences every night, and it's just thrilling. And the metamorphosis, as you say, the character, I see him as a bit of a shapeshifter. And he goes from, there's this one moment when he's a clown, and then he's a sort of almost dressed as a skeleton, and so it's a lot of makeup, a lot of quick changes.
A lot of changes.
It's shocking to me how you're really able to pull it all off.
So many characters.
Is it very different with the American audience versus the British audience?
It has been interesting. I mean, the American audiences are, dare I say it, more generous-spirited. There's a sort of tradition.
Or less reserved.
Or less reserved,
yes.
And that's wonderful, again, because that's my role, is to interact with the audience and to kind of creep in and amongst them and to kind of play with them and entice and seduce them into the world. It's lovely having people that are giving some... In Britain, there was a slight... the British Reserve was slightly more on show.
Joel Grey originated this role.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? Has he been to the show?
Do you know, I think Joel Grey he's sort of my icon, and our production, I've been such a fan of Cabaret for so many years, and we sort of stand on the shoulders of these brilliant productions that have come before, but he came the other evening, and there was this moment when my character's this clown, this Piero, and he introduces a scene, and then he sits on the side of the stage, and 2 tables back from the front, I suddenly saw Joel's face, and he was sitting next to his daughter, Jennifer, and we clocked eyes, and I was in character, and he put his hand on his heart, and he sort of pushed his heart towards me, and it was a moment I will never forget in my life.
The fact that you didn't go up in the scene.
Do you know, I felt so lucky that I was in character, because if I'd been Eddie, I would have been totally screwed and a complete mess. But,
Well, we can't wait to come see it. And if you're in New York City, go see Eddie in Cabaret. It's at the August Wilson Theater on Broadway.